I lied. That's not all I had. A couple more things. The only way that a business model like that can be profitable is if like you got all the inventory for like not even pennies on the dollar, but just like pieces of pennies on the dollar. Like somebody called you one day and was like, "Hey man, I got 4 shipping containers slammed full of African trinkets, baubles, and gifts and fabric and everything. It's in great condition, and I'll give it to you for $600 a shipping container." And you're like, I guess I'll open a African store. I mean, that's the only way that it makes any sense that that business model can sustain itself when you're in a town so small that even if everybody in the town was interested in that stuff, it couldn't support it. It doesn't make any sense. And why would you have a business that you didn't even advertise? Like no one would know, absent driving by with binoculars at 14 miles an hour and looking through a window with something that aids the naked eye, that there was anything African in that store, because everything outside, even the name of the damn place, doesn't give any indication as to what they're selling. You know what I mean? Like, if it was like, Stella's African Gifts Emporium, man, I know what I'm getting into. I know now if I need some gifts from Africa, that's where I go to Stella's. You know what I mean? I go there. That's what makes sense to me. But if I'm riding by and I'm in the market for that, but I don't even know it exists, I'm just riding by and I'm thinking to myself as I'm driving, I'm like, man, I need to get some African gifts for so-and-so's birthday coming up. Wish there was a place I could do that. And you're like, oh, it's a nice little gift store. And you keep driving because you have no idea what is inside of that store. It doesn't make any sense. It makes zero sense whatsoever. And it's all I can do to not just ask the person. Like I wanted to ask the person, be like, just break down and be like, look, I know this is probably going to sound weird, but what's going on here? Like, does your aunt own this place? You working pro bono? Like, how does this place have there shouldn't even be electricity on in this place, because y'all should be so upside down in money that it doesn't even make sense for you to have electricity. I feel like there's heat coming out of these floor registers. How's that happening? Because again, nothing. And get this, there was a basement to that place. Because here's the other thing: you pull in, right, and there's a driveway, and there's one parking space that says handicap. It's got all the blue, the handicap wheelchair and the signage and all that stuff. There's nowhere else to park. Absolutely, you parking in the driveway and blocking everybody else, including the handicapped person that might want to park there, from either leaving or getting in. And then there's a sign that says more parking in rear. Well, I'm glad they told me that, because I can't tell that the driveway just keeps going around to the back. And obviously I'm not handicapped, so there's nowhere for me to park anyway. It's just a weird sign. Do people pull in and they're like, well, I guess only handicapped people can shop here because they've only got one space and it's deemed handicapped, and we're just SOL. None of that makes any sense. But when I go around back, there's a basement to this place that, from what I could tell, it was at least half the size of the place, right? So you got to figure there's more stuff in storage down below that they haven't even sold. And there's probably like a whole shipping container that they just crammed underneath this house, that they thought to themselves, when we clear out everything upstairs, we'll bring this stuff up and kind of rotate. Or maybe it's seasonal. Maybe they seasonally rotate that. They've got like an inventory day when all 19 employees come in, because this place has got more employees working last Saturday than a Dollar General has working any day of the week. They had 2 people working there, which is about 3 times as many people working at a Dollar General. And yet Dollar General, multi-billion-dollar company, does a lot of business. Don't get me started on the evils of it, but still, like, it just doesn't make any sense. And then when I left, right, I see the girl, she sees me. The guy's kind of like acting like he's putting some fabric together, or straightening some stuff. How retail people always, they're just constantly folding clothes. That's what retail sales is. They'd say, do you have a pulse? Yes. When you're retailing clothes, you got a pulse? Yes. Can you fold clothes? Yes. Do you like folding clothes? Well, buckle up, buttercup, because that's what you're going to be doing like 95% of your time. You're just going to be standing over like a sweater rack and just folding clothes on the table. And that's just what your day is, and we'll pay you on commission as to how many of those sweaters you sold. That's pretty much what he was acting like doing. And so when I leave, I just like unexpectedly, like I didn't plan on it, and it felt weird when I did it. It felt dumb after I did it, but I was like, thank you. She was like, Have a good night. I'm like, you too. Thank you. Why would you thank somebody for walking through their store? It just doesn't make any sense. Why you would thank you for having this store that allowed me to kill 20 minutes of my life. I learned a lot here. I'm not taking anything away from this experience in a physical manifestation of, a purchase, but I appreciate this. I appreciate the experience, and I'm thanking you from the bottom of my heart for this business just existing, because this time in my life I can't get back. This is an experience I'll have that I'll carry forward for the rest of my natural born life. And I thank you for that. I think it's like when somebody important comes into your life and then they leave, and you're just grateful for the opportunity to have met them. That's pretty much what that African store was to me, I guess, because I thanked that lady, who was an African, by the way. And like she looked like this white girl college kid, and that looked like her boyfriend working with her. I don't know, maybe her brother. I don't know. I don't know. They didn't strike me as anybody that would know anything about anything that was being sold. Like they would have any kind of, like I wanted like Erykah Badu to be working there or something. Like that would make me feel like this person could answer my questions more confidently. And I may be getting Erykah Badu wrong, but I think that she wears all that African garb. I could be completely offensive with what I'm saying right now, but I'm not meaning to be. I'm just venturing out with my thoughts. But I'll stop now. So anyway, I think that's all I have.